Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we from group 2. As we know, we have studied English phonetic and phonology. Yesterday, we discussed about the vowel and consonant sound. Now, in this video, we will learn about English syllable, cluster, stress, and intonation.
Syllable. A syllable is a complete word or a part of a word with one vowel sound. Word with one vowel sound. For the example is frog, pig. The vowel heard in a syllable could be from one or more vowel letters. For the example, boat. Letter Y makes a vowel sound. For the example, cry and butterfly. The number of vowels heard in a word equals the number of syllables in the word. One syllable word where only one vowel sound can be heard. For the example, strong, night. Two syllable words where two vowel sounds are heard. For the example, racket, tennis. Three syllable word where three vowel sounds are heard. For the example, beautiful, adventure.
A word can have a closed syllable or an open syllable or both. A closed syllable ends in a consonant or a consonant plan. The vowel sound is mostly short. For example, cat, splash. An open syllable ends in a vowel or letter or letters. Making a vowel sound is mostly long. For example, sue, spy. A long vowel mostly says its own name. When a syllable ends in a silent E, the vowel in the syllable has a long sound. For example, kite, snake.
Consonant cluster. Definition. Consonant is a phoneme whose articulation involves some audible abstraction in the oral cavity. A consonant is the sound we make by blocking air through our mouth or nose. Cluster consonants can be divided into two groups. They occur at the beginning, they occur at the end of syllables or words. In English, there are 39 initial consonant clusters and 151 late consonant clusters. Initial consonant clusters is divided into two, namely 2 consonants and 3 consonants. 2 consonants, for example, swim, stay, spy. 3 consonants, for example, split, strong, scream.
The final consonant cluster is divided into 4. First, the consonant cluster located at the end of the word. Example, nt, ant, help, sk, ask. 2. Consonant cluster located at the end of a word with 2 consonants. Example, p, bump, nt, land, sense. 3. Consonant cluster at the end of words that start with a sound or stop. Example, sp, wasp, st, list, apt. 4. Consonant cluster at the end of a word consisting of 3 consonants. Example: xt, text, nt, contempt, mps, glimpse.
In this lesson, we can learn about sentence stress in English. Stress is very important for your English pronunciation. There are many different types of stress in English, and stress is used in many different ways. What is stress? Stress means that you pronounce some syllable more strongly than others. More strongly means you pronounce that syllable more loudly, more clearly, and more slowly. Pronouncing sentence stress correctly will make a big difference to your English pronunciation. You immediately sound clearer and more natural when you speak English. We should read certain words in a high-pitched tone compared with others. Keep in mind, words occur only in 2 or more syllables. Consider all examples of the following words. 2 syllable, study. Again, 3 syllable, positive, abandon, understand. 4 syllable, necessary, ability, macaroni, misunderstand. Types of word syllable. Stress is divided into 2, primary and secondary stress.
The first stress is speaker's highest speech level. The example: September. September. I'm stressing up to word tem. I repeat once more. September. So the second example: notebook. Notebook. I'm stressing up the word not. Notebook. Notebook. The third: table and chairs. Table and chairs. I'm stressing up the word chairs. Table and chairs. Do you get it?
The second stress is about verb in stress. The example: decide, explain, forget. Can you hear the stress? The stress is on the second syllable. Let's practice saying the word together. Decide, explain, forget. Do you get it?
Okay, now I'm going to tell you about rising and falling intonation. Intonation creates the melody of the language we speak. Our voice rise and fall in tones like notes in a musical scale, from high to low or low to high. Okay, in the part 1 we talk about falling intonation. Okay, what's the falling intonation? Falling intonation pattern would be used typically for question or for list. For example, number 1, nice to meet you, and then I'll be back in a minute. She doesn't live here anymore. That want to change his car. Here's a weather forecast. Cloudy weather expect at the weekend of the week. And then we shall walk together more often. And then the last, I'm going for a walk in the park. Okay, part B or second part we talk about rising intonation. Rising intonation describe when our pitch rise from the third syllable of the last content word of the sentence and continue to rhyme. Okay, here for example, number 1, are you ready to go? And number 2, do you have any time to meet this afternoon? And number 3, have you seen it? And the last number, wouldn't he have told us? Okay, in the last material we talk about a tag question. A question tag is added to a statement to make it into a question. The intonation used to on the question tag shows the speaker attitude to their question compare. Okay, here there are 4 examples. And number 1, you love learning English. Doesn't you? It's falling intonation. And number 2, he didn't resign from his job. Did he is about rising intonation. Okay, and the third is cold today, isn't it? Falling intonation. And the last, there are 10 students in the class. Aren't they? And can you guess it? Yes, it's rising intonation.
The intonation used on question text shows the speaker's attitude to their question. Compare. You love learning English, doesn't you? This is falling. He didn't resign from this job, did he? And this is rising. So we can conclude from the intonation has now been described and some details and move on. Look more closely at its functions. Perhaps the best way to start to ask ourselves what we would if we were to speak without intonations.